Welcome to Stress-Induced Left Eye Twitch. This is my left eye. It looks like my right eye in that one.
Someone told me we should make an exaggerated twitching at the beginning.
Oh wait, in the last video though, seriously, when I was telling the story, like, I twitched and I was like, you twitched in that one. I was that's our family. Yeah, that's why we named it this.
I'm Jillian.
I'm Bo.
We are going to have another story time.
It seemed to go over pretty well last time.
People don't quite understand why our channel is named Stress-Induced Left Eye Twitch. But honestly, it's because we have the weirdest lives. Like, we literally, the things that happen to us, I just don't feel like happen to other people.
They do, comment down below.
Yeah. Like, I could be totally wrong about this, but, like, sometimes I just am like, who else has this happened to them? Anyways, last story time was about Bo's house. This story time is about one of the jobs that I had in college. So both Bo and I were RAs in college, and my boss ended up getting me into contact with her realtor.
Because RAing wasn't just, like, it covered our room.
But you didn't make any money.
But you didn't make any. But yeah, you had to, like, buy groceries and stuff, so she needed a job on top of her job.
Yeah, I literally already had 2 jobs, but this was my 3rd job. So I went to, I called this girl up, and she was like, yeah, come over. We're going to call her, what did we decide to call her? Darla. So Darla, I gave Darla a call, and my boss was like, you should...
The baby's up already. Mom just had sat down. Okay, keep going.
So my boss was like, Mom, he's upset. Go get him. Baby. So my boss was like, it's just some light housekeeping work. So if you'll get paid really well. So I called her. And she was like, yeah, come over and just walk in. So I was like, okay. So
How old were you at
I was like probably 18 or 19.
I
was really young.
Was your house by campus?
Yeah, it was super close to campus. So I drove there, and it's like in a normal neighborhood, but it was like a really weird outside. Even the outside of this house was weird. I should have known that something was off just by the outside of this house. It had like chamber doors. And she had told me to just go in. So I walk in, and I'm like, Darla, Darla. And I hear from the back room, come in, dear. So I, like, went into her bedroom. Like, this was the first time. I had no idea who this lady was at all. And this was the first time I was meeting her. And it was for a professional job, I thought. She's in her nightie, in her bed, in her bedroom, completely with 2 huge, massive poodles in her bed with her. She's like, come in, dear. And she wants me to sit on the side of the bed with her as she goes over. I mean, like,
that wasn't a red flag to maybe get out.
No. Like, sometimes I think to myself, oh, I should have probably
Why was that not? Somebody invites you in, asks you to sit, man or woman, asks you to sit on the bed with her.
She was really old. Well, then we proceeded to have the strangest conversation of my life. She just was giving me the rundown of her house, and she didn't tell me exactly what I would be doing. She was like, you'll be doing some light cleaning, dear. She's still in bed in her nightie. And she was like, the only rule I have is that if you lose my poodles, I will kill you. And I was like, oh, that was a funny joke. And she, like, never laughed. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I won't lose the poodles. I don't know how you would have lost these poodles anyways. So then, after our long conversation, she decides to walk me out in her nightie. And meanwhile, she proceeds, as we're walking down the hallway, to tell me that she had recently had surgery, that she had lost like 300 pounds from, what is that called? What kind of surgery is that? Like where they staple her stomach. She got her stomach stapled. And then she lifts her nightie up to show me the folds of skin underneath her nightie. This was the first time I had ever met this lady. And she was in her underwear, under her nightie, and there were multiple folds. And this job only got weirder from there. But like that didn't stop me from taking the job. I don't know why I was like, okay, yeah, I'll come back again.
Like, a side note, was it good money?
It was like $20 an hour. So for a college student, that's pretty good money.
Really good money.
And it's like,
could take some weird ladies
worked
for that.
1 day a week. But literally, she told me it would take me, it'll take you 2 or 3 hours to clean this house. It would take me 8 to 10 hours to clean this house.
Like, was it?
It was the weirdest house I'd ever been in.
Like, you cleaned everything?
Okay, for one, the poodles, there was so much hair everywhere, and she had all wood floors. And then her house was like a museum of modern art. Like, her table was made entirely of glass. It was a 12-person oval table made entirely of glass. And the chairs were made out of red carnival seat belts.
I remember this one.
And it only got weirder because then after like maybe a month of working for her, I found out she has a husband that I had never known about. There was never any pictures in the house of the husband. It was just her and her poodles. And there was another dog and a cat named Pluto. But she never cared about those. It was just the poodles she cared about. But then I find out she has a husband that she's never mentioned to me. And I came in one day and she's like, dear, you're going to go with my husband today to clean the condo. So I go with the husband in his car.
Your dad's going to be like, you are the most foolish woman ever.
I was so foolish. Man, this happened to me like thousands of times.
Maybe we should just keep this as like Darla time. So like keep some of the stories like
for sure. We'll go on to the other stories about Darla.
So this is just meet Darla.
Meet Darla. The first time I met her, she pulled up her dress and told me,
showed her the folds of her undercarriage.
Not even her undercarriage. Her skin. It was skin. It was horrible.
Like us.
Subscribe.